What is up, beautiful people of the internet? As always, I am Patrick, super humble and thankful that you are here watching this video. It is a cardio day, so I'm not going to demean you guys for watching this because I know so few powerlifters will see a cardio video and be like, I want to watch this to see what I should be doing better, because no one wants to do cardio. No one wants to do it. So join me today as I suffer through a cardio day. We have it's not 8x, it's 8 rounds of 2 minutes sprinting and 1 minute lighter biking on the non-consignment bike, also known as the assault bike, where we have to nasally breathe the entire time. It's awful. It sucks. But what doesn't kill you gives you trauma and unrealized kinks. That's the saying, right? Next, we have we've got a superset that is 30 air squats, 20 push-ups, 10 band-assisted pull-ups, 6 sets of that, 60 seconds rest. Now, I'm not going to complain much about it, but I would rather masturbate with sandpaper than do that. But I'm at the gym, not Lowe's, so we're doing this instead. And then lastly, to finish things off, we've got a 5x20x20x20 of, it's a back thing. We've got chest supported rows, we've got dumbbell side raises, and I believe there's a cable back thing as well. The goal of today is not to... It's kind of weird talking about the goals of a day like this, because where it isn't necessarily a cardio day, like the goal isn't exactly cardio. The goal is to increase cardio capacity and also gain better control of the central nervous system through the little video game controller that I like to call our ability to breathe and abuse the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. So we're going in there, we're nasal breathing the entire time. I have my Fitbit on, which also tracks my heart rate. Now, last week, we were trying to figure out how to minimize our heart rate when we were doing that first superset, keep it below 140. But that meant that I ended up taking a really long rest before the last set of that, because no matter what I was doing, meditative breathing or anything, I was unable to get my heart rate below 140. So when you do cardio, you basically train your heart to not freak out every time that you're doing cardio. So the more cardio you do, to an extent, lots of sprints and stuff, like if you look at marathon runners versus sprinters, Usain Bolt is jacked, but the marathon world record holders are all like tiny little sticks, and they're like, you feel like you look at them and you're like, I think I can break you by breathing on you, which as a 341 pound man, I probably can. But we're training our heart and our central nervous system to not freak out every time that it gets pushed. Not to its limits, just pushed in general. And we're also using our, the limiting factor that will limit our ability to breathe while doing so without the usage of a stupid elevation mask known as nasal breathing, because you can only take in so much air nasally and exhale nasally at a certain pace. So it automatically limits the frequency in which you can breathe, which will help calm down the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems that we're trying to tap into a little more finer detail every single week that we do this. So I gotta go poop. I didn't realize I had to poop until I started talking here. I've misplaced my microphones, and I just realized that I forgot to bring shorts, and I am in fact in sweatpants. It's Black Friday, so of course all my shit was already in my pants, my sweatpants. I just put them on. I took Buddy for a walk this morning in my sweatpants, and I forgot to switch out to shorts. So we're going to do a little bit of extra suffering because our legs are going to be hot, overheating, which, I mean, the harder you make things, the more you grow. So always look up when on doing that. So that's just another justification for autoerotic asphyxiation. Is that the whole basis of that? Where like you get close to dying, so the nut is that much more euphoric? Anyways, not justifying any of that right now. It's time to go train. It's time to go poop. And then it's time to absolutely not complain about what is going on whatsoever while we are doing the training a little bit. So the training day was I don't want to say it wasn't as hard as I expected it to be. I expected myself to complain more than I thought I thought I was going to complain more than I actually felt like I needed to. But part of it was the focus of the day. I planned on talking to you guys while I was training, but I got a text from my coach and he said nasal breathing 100% of the time on this day. So I did not. You can't talk to the people. You can't speak to America and nasal breathe at the same time. So I just opted to not even speak a word while I was in the gym, just breathing nasally. There were a couple breaths that exhales came out of my oral orifice, but nasal breathing for the most part. So instead of focusing on, this sucks, I'm suffering, this sucks, I'm dying, it was like nasal breathe, nasal breathe, nasal breathe. And it reached a weird point where the nasal breathing kind of restricted my heart's ability to increase tempo, for lack of a better term. So it after my sixth set of that six superset, the squat bench pull up, or not squat bench pull up, but like squat push up pull up superset, my heart rate was at 138. And like last week, it was getting up to 160, but I wasn't trying to nasal breathe as aggressively as I was this week. So it was like it sucked at the beginning and then it started to like not suck. I don't want to say it felt good, but it felt different. It was almost like when I wasn't doing something, it felt hard, but when I was actively doing something, the moderation, the modification, or the adjustment to whatever was going on with me internally was tapping in, and I was able to successfully like control my heart rate a little better, and it made things feel easier, better. It was not an unwelcome feeling. It was a surprisingly positive feeling. And then we moved on to the other superset, which was the lat pull down, chest supported row, side raises, and at that point, so you ever get a runner's high, and then like you wait a minute, and then you're just like, oh wait, never mind, I'm dying. That was where I was at. It was like suddenly I felt weak. And like I was maintaining the nasal breathing, but I felt weak and I felt like, let me just get through this. I set up the dumbbells on the chest supported row a little too high for my comfort. I set them up on platforms, and I should have only set half the dumbbell up on a platform, give me a nice little handle to grab onto so that I could get a better range of motion, because the range of motion was a little limited based on where the dumbbells were set up. And the lat pull down, I didn't do the 013-310 tempo that I usually do when I'm doing those. It was like I was more focused on the nasal breathing aspect than the moving of the weight. And usually when I'm doing lat pull downs for sets of 20, I use 100 pounds, I use 90 pounds but I didn't do the 013 or the tempo that I usually do. So it made them a little easier, a little faster. My patience was waning at that point because I was like, all right, I finished the hard part. Let's just get the shit over with and let's get out of here. But once I finished that, I was like, well, yesterday, which was a bench accessory day, no, it was a deadlift day, and the day before, which was a bench accessory day, I didn't get to train grip at all. So I opted to do a bit of grip training to supplement the grip training that I didn't get to do yesterday during the deadlift day. And then I also threw on top a little bit of strongman grip training that I stole from a strongman comp that I helped videotape. I was part of a videography crew that was filming the strongman meet, which was a pretty cool experience. First time I've ever seen a strongman comp in person. But I did double overhand axle hold for time, and I counted internally a minute. The clip's 50 seconds long, so did not get a minute. But basically, I want to get it. I want to get my grip to the point where I can hold 900 pounds at lockout. I'm not going to be deadlifting 900 pounds, but you don't want your weakest point lagging while you get to the point where you can actually hold, grip, what you're lifting. You don't want your grip to ever be the weakest link. So doing this grip training, trying to get my forearms in a silhouette filter to look like a porn star's cock because it's just veiny and vascular. You just throw up a fist, turn all the lights off, and someone will be like, "Damn, man, dingo's in here." Nope, just kidding. That's Patrick's forearm. But that's where that's basically what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get I don't really know how to tell whether or not I'm getting my grip stronger. So I'm leaning into the pump of the thing because a pump is indicative of growth in the area. So I use the Captains of Crush. There was an off-brand Captain Crush less than a 0.5, and then I did the 013 tempo set of 12 with the less than 0.5. I did set of 10 with the 0.5, 8 with the 1, 5 with the 1.5, and sets of 4 with the 2, making sure I click the edges, the ends of the Captain of Crush gripper every time that I hold it. There's a challenge at my gym right now that if you can close the 2.5, you get a free month. I've closed it with 2 hands. I can't quite get the click. And when I do, I'm going to video it. I'm going to send it, and they're going to be like, "We did not. We're surprised that it was Patrick." I'm making my moves in the shadows, guys, boys, children. I'm making my moves in the shadows so that they don't see it coming. So that when I do get it, they'll have doubted me. I operate based on spite. But after that, I did the less than 0.5 for sets of 40 each. And then one of the strongman guys already had a overhead press with the axle set up before he left. And so I basically dropped that down on the combo rack onto the safeties. And then that gave me a good opportunity to set up grip hold for time. So I started off with 1 plate and then 1.5 plates, both for a minute. I mean, that's going to be a good metric for me to be able to base progress off of because bars are really simple for me to understand what weight is going on the bar. And it's going to be pretty easy to progress that because I'll probably start doing like a 3 by 45 second, 3 by 1 minute kind of scheme with like 90-second rest. Try and standardize what I'm doing with the grip a little bit better so that I can track the progress a bit better and get 900. I want to be able to hold 900 while I'm deadlifting 800. I want to be able to hold 1,000 when I'm deadlifting 900 and see where it goes from there, you know? But it's dark outside, and tomorrow I'm going to my niece's first birthday, I think. I've met the thing like twice. So I'm going to go eat a meal, and then I'm going to pop over to Walmart because I realized that I should probably get a birthday present, and I'm 100% getting ankle weights for this child because it's starting to walk now, and I can't say anything nice. Mama told me if I can't say anything nice, don't say it. So I'm biting my tongue right now as to the rest of the justifications for getting the ankle weights for the toddler. So I'll say it in person if anyone asks me in person. I'll discuss it, but not here. Anyways, so I'm off to eat some Fruity Pebbles. I'm off to do some Walmart shopping. Probably take a shower first because I am moist. I'm very moist. But regardless, I'm moist. Your mom's moist. Patty out.